This is Federalist 59, Part 5, Paragraph 10. I shall not deny that there is a degree of weight in the observation that the interests of each state to be represented in the federal councils will be a security against the abuse of the power over its election in the hands of the state legislatures. But the security will not be considered as complete by those who attend to the force of an obvious distinction between the interest of the people in the public felicity and the interest of their local rulers in the power and consequence of their offices. So we got to this point where Publius says, we had to say, okay, you state legislatures elect the senators, but as far as the place, the manner, the time, the schedule of elections for the House of Representatives, the federal government has to have the final word. And here in this paragraph, in this long paragraph, he's reminding the readers that remember, some of these people that have got position, they're making money off of the state governments right now, that are against this new constitution, they are thinking of maybe making 3 or 4 confederacies out of the 13 states, because they feel like they'll still have a chance of keeping their positions or getting a better position and making more money. Whereas they think if the federal government takes over certain things, they are not going to be making that money. So they're ambitious in a sick way, he says, because they're putting the interest of their pocketbook and their group that they're affiliated with in front of the true interest of the whole country and future prosperity of the whole country. So it's another reason that these people in the states, if we allowed them to control or schedule, have the control of the scheduling of the federal elections for the House of Representatives, then we would be in trouble, because they obviously don't want this union to go forward. They want this union to have problems, so they can turn around and tell you, we told you so. We told you a federal government is not good for you. So he wants to keep, remind people that these are the same people that will be writing bad things about us, will tell you not to join the union. Okay, I'll continue reading. The people of America may be warmly attached to the government of the union at times when the particular rulers of particular states, stimulated by the natural rivalship of power and by the hopes of personal aggrandizement, and supported by a strong faction in each of those states, may be in a very opposite temper. This diversity of sentiment between a majority of the people and the individuals who have the greatest credit in their councils is exemplified in some of the states at the present moment on the present question. The scheme of separate confederacies, which will always multiply the chances of ambition, will be a never-failing bait to all such influential characters in the state administrations as are capable of preferring their own emolument and advancement to the public weal, with so effectual a weapon in their hands as the exclusive power of regulating elections for the national government. A combination of a few such men in a few of the most considerable states, that's states with large populations, where the temptation will always be the strongest, might accomplish the destruction of the Union by seizing the opportunity of some casual dissatisfaction among the people, and which perhaps they may themselves have excited, to discontinue the choice of members for the Federal House of Representatives. It ought never to be forgotten that a firm union of this country under an efficient government will probably be an increasing object of jealousy to more than one nation in Europe, and that enterprises to subvert it will sometimes originate in the intrigues of foreign powers and will seldom fail to be patronized and abetted by some of them. Its preservation, therefore, ought in no case that can be avoided to be committed to the guardianship of any but those whose situation will uniformly beget an immediate interest in the faithful and vigilant performance of the trust. So he says, foreign governments are watching us. They know that if the election, if the regulation of the election of the national government is in the hands of the state governments, all they need to do is find these ambitious people in the states and encourage them to throw the elections off, change the dates of the election of the members of the House of Representatives, and create chaos where people think the national government is not worthy of trust and lose interest in them, and we will be toys in the hands of these ambitious and powerful monarchies in the old continent in Europe, which definitely do not want to see a great republic established. As it constantly reminds the American reader that we are in a unique situation. We have a chance to establish a great republic and be an example for the rest of the world. And the last thing these monarchs who are in charge of these empires, whether it's British, French, or Spanish, they absolutely don't want a republic established in the United States, and a successful one for that matter. So I hope you're reading along with me, and I hope that you're watching some of those lectures that I've mentioned on YouTube, on different websites, on C-SPAN, and benefited from the scholarship of some of these historians, writers, some of these videos on C-SPAN and places like that, on historical societies. I'll allow you to become more familiar with America, America's history, America's past, and see you soon.